For nearly 30 years, Bob Keeshan enchanted audiences around the nation as Captain Kangaroo. Every morning we'd wake up to see our favorite captain unlocking the doors to the treasure house. After you sat through the show's iconic theme song, you knew you were in store for a ton of fun for the next hour. Throughout the show's 30-year run, Keeshan performed as the captain more than 9,000 times, while appearing in over 6,000 episodes of the beloved series. So it's not surprising that when TLC rebooted the series in 1997 and got another actor to play the captain, Keeshan was livid. Keep watching to learn about this incredibly dicey chapter in Captain Kangaroo's history. Bob Keeshan was already a beloved children's TV star before Captain Kangaroo. Although Keeshan and Captain Kangaroo eventually became synonymous with each other, Bob was pretty well known among younger audiences before it. Keeshan was born to Irish parents in Lynbrook, New York on June 27, 1927. After enlisting in the Marines during World War II, he attended Fordham University on the GI Bill. He received his bachelor's in education in 1951. Network TV programs started airing shortly after the end of the war. NBC's The Howdy Doody Show in the late 40s and early 50s was one of the first hit network series, and Keeshan played Clarabell the Clown. Since Clarabell was a mute clown, his signature move was to honk a horn to get the attention of the quirky sitcom's characters. Clarabell would honk once for yes and twice for no. He would also frequently splash Buffalo Bob Smith with a seltzer bottle and play other practical jokes. After leaving Howdy Doody in 1952, Keeshan briefly appeared on New York's children's show Time for Fun, playing another clown named Corny. Later that year, he appeared on a show geared towards preschoolers called Tinker's Workshop, where he played a grandfather-like character named Tinker. While drawing inspiration from Tinker's Workshop, Keeshan and his lifelong friend Jack Miller developed the concept for Captain Kangaroo and submitted it to CBS, who were looking for innovative ideas for children's programming. CBS accepted the proposal and got to work on the series. Keeshan debuted as the title character when Captain Kangaroo premiered on CBS in 1955. One note of fact is that Captain Kangaroo premiered the same day as another popular and trailblazing children's TV show, The Mickey Mouse Club. Captain Kangaroo was an immediate success and aired for the better part of the next 30 years. One of the biggest claims to fame is that it's the record holder for being the longest children's running show on commercial television. Only one other show, Sesame Street, has lasted longer, but it ran on public television before hopping to HBO and then HBO Max in 2020. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Keeshan was furious when he was snubbed with the reboot. In the mid-90s, execs at Saban Entertainment and TLC Entertainment got the idea to bring Captain Kangaroo back for a new series called the All New Captain Kangaroo. But instead of calling up Keeshan and inviting him to reprise his iconic role, they enlisted a relatively unknown actor named John McDonough to play the character instead. The new series aired for just one season before being canceled due to lack of viewership. Keeshan is said to have been so insulted by not being asked to reprise his role that he refused to make a guest appearance when the All New Captain Kangaroo producers asked him to briefly play a character called the Admiral. Another reboot was in the works but never came to light. In 2011, rumors swirled that a new revival of Captain Kangaroo was in the works after a professional clown, entertainer, and blogger named Pat Cashin bought the rights to the character. Cashin had aspirations of bringing Captain Kangaroo back to the small screen, but his plans were thwarted when he suddenly passed away at age 48 in 2016. He left the rights to the character to his estate, leaving the future of any potential reboot looking very improbable. There are those who say the character has run its course, and modern audiences wouldn't be interested in seeing him make another appearance on screen, while others insist there's a great deal of untapped magic with the character that deserves to be explored. Cancellation and the fate of the show's cast. Keeshan suffered a major heart attack on July 11, 1981, shortly after stepping off a plane at Toronto Airport. At the time, Captain Kangaroo was still on the air, but Keeshan's health issues forced him to start revamping the show. Ultimately, this meant it was cut back to a 30-minute format. He underwent triple bypass surgery. While recovering, Keeshan reportedly received 5,000 get-well cards and letters from his fans. After being rebranded as Wake Up with the Captain and given a new 7 a.m. time slot, CBS noticed the show was experiencing a rapid decline in viewership. In 1982, CBS swapped its time slot once again and retooled the series as a weekend-only, hour-long offering. Tired of CBS constantly reducing his show's length and switching around the time slot, Keeshan left Captain Kangaroo after his contract ended in December 1984. He went on to host CBS Saturday morning children's anthology series Story Break in 1985. In 1987, he founded Corporate Family Solutions, a daycare program provider with the help of Tennessee Governor Lamar Alexander. Keeshan spent the last 14 years of his life living in Norwich, Vermont, where he became an author and served as a children's advocate. He was strongly opposed to violent video games and took part in congressional hearings on the subject in 1993. In the late 80s, Keeshan also joined forces with parents groups to protest kids' TV shows like He-Man and Transformers, saying they didn't sufficiently teach children anything meaningful about the real world. In 1993, he briefly tossed around the idea of rebooting Captain Kangaroo to counter the violent television programming popular with kids at the time. But he was unable to obtain the rights to the IP from ICM Partners, the company that owned the rights to Captain Kangaroo at the time. In 2004, Keeshan died in Windsor, Vermont at age 76. It's not known precisely what he died of, but his family issued a statement that he had succumbed to a long illness of some kind. Mr. Green Jeans. Hugh Branham played Captain Kangaroo's trusty sidekick, Mr. Green Jeans. The character was a fan favorite who earned his moniker thanks to his distinctive apparel. At first, he wore farmer's overalls, but later on started wearing jeans and a denim jacket. Since the show was broadcast in black and white for the bulk of its run, it was left to the viewer's imagination that the character wore vibrantly green trousers. Branham also played several other characters on the show, including Greeno the Clown, the new old folk singer, and Mr. Nainter the Painter, and the Professor. Branham retired from acting after Captain Kangaroo ended. He died of cancer in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania in 1987 at age 77. Cosmo Allegretti. This talented actor and voice artist provided the voices for many of the beloved puppet characters featured in Captain Kangaroo. He voiced Mr. Moose, Dancing Bear, Mr. Bunny Rabbit, Grandfather Clock, Rollo the Hippopotamus, and several others. He got his start painting sets in the early years of the series. Eventually, he volunteered to make a replacement puppet after the producers were dissatisfied with a puppet created by another designer. After proving his worth, he was offered a position as a cast regular. Allegretti died of emphysema at age 86 in 2013. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you watch Captain Kangaroo when you were growing up? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.